All right, today we're diving into a protocol that's trying to bring a little bit of, well, sanity from the world of traditional finance into the wild west of DeFi. And that one magic word is predictability. So it really begs the question, is Hifi Finance about to change the game for decentralized lending?
So, have you ever dipped your toes into DeFi lending? If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get a loan, and the interest rate, it's just all over the place. One minute it's great, the next it's skyrocketing. It's like trying to plan your finances on a trampoline. And honestly, that's a massive hurdle for anyone who just wants a little stability.
And that right there, that's the core of the DeFi lending dilemma. You've got this incredible, innovative world of crypto that's, super volatile by nature. But on the other hand, you have real people and big institutions who need stability. You can't make serious, long-term financial plans when the ground is constantly shifting beneath your feet.
I mean, just think about it like this. You've got the big players in DeFi, right? Like Aave, Compound. The rates are always changing, bouncing around based on how many people are borrowing or lending at any given moment. Then you've got your traditional loans. Think of a car loan or a mortgage. You know exactly what you're paying every single month. That predictability, well, that's been the missing piece in the DeFi puzzle.
Okay, but that's only half the story. There's another huge issue. DeFi has, for the most part, been playing in its own little sandbox. It's been a world of crypto lending against, well, other crypto. It's been almost completely cut off from the trillions of dollars of value that's locked up in real, tangible stuff. We're talking buildings, invoices, you name it.
And this is exactly where Hifi Finance steps onto the stage. It's a protocol that was literally built from the ground up to tackle both of these problems head-on, giving us those fixed rates we've been missing and building a bridge to the real world.
So what is Hifi Finance really? At its heart, it's a decentralized lending protocol, sure, but it has two things that make it completely different from what we're used to. First, it offers fixed-rate loans, and second, it lets you use both crypto and real-world assets as your collateral. That's a huge departure from the norm.
Okay, so how on earth do they pull this off? It's actually pretty clever. Instead of having just one giant lending pool where the rates go wild, Hifi sets up these individual automated markets that have a set expiration date, say 3 months from now, or maybe a year. The liquidity in those specific markets is what determines the interest rate. And here's a magic trick. The moment you take out that loan, your rate is locked. That's it. It's set in stone for the entire duration. No more nasty surprises. So that fixed rate model is the first game changer. The second, well, that's all about building that bridge to the tangible world using what we call real-world assets, or RWAs for short.
And get this isn't just some idea on a whiteboard. Hifi has already made this happen, facilitating a loan for over $1 million against a single tokenized commercial property. Just let that sink in for a second. This is no longer just crypto borrowing crypto with other crypto. This is DeFi reaching out and unlocking the value of a physical building. It's huge.
What this means is the platform is super flexible. Yeah, you can still put up your crypto as collateral, just like you're used to, but the real magic, the absolute game changer, is using these tokenized real-world assets. Just imagine it. You take the legal deed to a building, you turn it into a unique digital token on the blockchain, and bam, you can now use that to get a loan. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. So, let's zoom out. What's the bigger picture here? By offering predictable returns and using collateral that the traditional finance world actually recognizes and trusts, Hifi is basically flinging open the doors of DeFi to a whole new crowd, institutions. The big money, the pension funds, the investment banks. These are the players who absolutely need that stability. They just can't mess around with crazy, unpredictable rates. But wait a minute, this is decentralized finance, right? So the big question is always, who's actually running the show? And that brings us to Hifi's governance, which, true to the DeFi spirit, puts all the power right where it belongs, with the community.
The whole protocol is governed by the folks who hold the Hifi token. It's a standard ERC20 token, which just means it's built on Ethereum. The bottom line is this: if you own the Hifi token, you get a direct say in how this thing evolves.
And we're not talking about small potatoes here. Hifi holders vote on the really important stuff, like major protocol upgrades or deciding what new types of real-world assets should be allowed as collateral. They even get to tweak the nitty-gritty market parameters. They're essentially the ones steering the ship.
And here's a really cool feature of their governance system. You can delegate your voting power to someone else, and that power automatically adjusts as your token balance goes up or down. What this does is it makes sure that the people with the most skin in the game at any given moment have the appropriate amount of influence. It's a really smart, dynamic way to keep things fair.
Okay, so let's tie all this together. What have we got? Hifi is tackling DeFi's biggest headaches by bringing together fixed rates, real-world assets, and true community governance. You have to wonder, is this what a new standard for DeFi looks like?
When you lay it all out, the difference is just crystal clear. We're going from unpredictable, variable rates to stable, fixed ones. We're breaking out of the crypto-only box and bringing in real-world assets. And maybe the biggest shift of all, this opens the door for DeFi to be more than just a niche for crypto enthusiasts. It makes it a serious tool for big-time institutions.
Which brings us right back to that huge final question. The trend of bringing real-world assets onto the blockchain is, well, it's exploding. So in a world where that's the future, could a hybrid model like Hifi's, one that offers the stability institutions crave and uses the assets they understand, actually become the new gold standard for institutional-grade DeFi? Now that's something to chew on.